It's really fascinating how we often treat career growth like it's just this simple math equation. You learn the coding language, you master the spreadsheet, and, you get the promotion.
Right, like if X is your technical skill, then Y just has to be success.
Exactly. But you step into an actual corporate office, and that equation completely falls apart. I mean, you can have the absolute best technical skills in the entire building, but if your communication is broken, you're stuck.
Oh, absolutely stuck.
So welcome to our deep dive into professional office communication. Today, we're looking through a stack of workplace communication guides and language coaching articles to figure out how to give your technical genius a voice.
And, the biggest surprise running through all these guides is that mastering Office English doesn't actually require a massive, complex vocabulary.
Wait, really? Because I feel like people always try to use the biggest words possible.
Right, they do. But it's entirely about clarity, politeness, and confidence. We overcomplicate that exact point all the time.
Yeah, think of workplace communication as giving feedback with a scalpel instead of like a sledgehammer. The sledgehammer approach is just bluntly saying your code is wrong.
Which destroys the wall, sure, but it completely halts problem solving because you instantly trigger a defensive response from the other person.
Exactly. Whereas the scalpel approach preserves their ego, you just pivot to something like, I think we may need to review this part again. It keeps the whole workflow moving.
It does, and it builds respect. A really common trap is thinking that being professional means sounding like some 19th century novelist.
Oh, man, yeah.
People will actually type out, I shall endeavor to complete the task, when just saying, I'll complete the task, is vastly superior.
Using endeavor definitely sounds like you're wearing a top hat to the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Simplicity is your best tool here. Your path forward isn't memorizing the dictionary. It's mastering common, simple phrase structures.
Right. So let's look at how this plays out in a standard project update. To demonstrate the simplicity, and especially to counter that common mistake of speaking way too fast when you're nervous, we're going to perform a slow-paced mock dialogue between a manager and a developer using some specific phrases from the sources.
Oh, I like this. Okay, let's keep the pace of speaking slow, like you said.
Right, nice and deliberate. I'll be the manager.
Yeah.
What's the status of the project?
The project is on track, but we found a server issue.
Can we resolve it today?
Yes, we're working on it.
Great. Keep me updated.
Notice how different that is from a panicked developer trying to over-explain a server failure at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That pacing is completely deliberate.
Yeah.
Slow, direct, and just totally stripped of panic.
It's so effective. But wait, I have to ask, if the vocabulary is literally elementary school level, why does it feel so terrifying in the moment? I mean, I have seen brilliant coders sweat through their shirts just giving a project update on a client call.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
There just has to be more at play than just knowing the words, right?
You're hitting on the core friction here, which is cognitive load and fear. When you translate from your native language, say Hindi, for example, to English in real time, you aren't just swapping out words.
Right, you're doing a lot more than that.
Exactly. You are actively rearranging entire sentence structures in your head while a grid of faces just stares at you on Zoom.
Wow. Yeah, that massive cognitive load is probably what causes the stuttering. It's just too much processing power required all at once.
Precisely. And then you add in the paralyzing fear of making a grammar error, and people just freeze. The safer, much more effective route is to use complete pre-built phrase chunks.
Like having scripts ready to go.
Right. Instead of building a sentence from scratch under pressure, you deploy a memorized phrase like, let's discuss this later. Fluency has to come before perfection. I mean, even native speakers make grammar mistakes in meetings all the time.
That is so true. So here is the game plan for you. Practice daily. Even just 15 minutes of reading aloud builds that muscle memory.
And learn your specific job-related vocabulary too. Words like debugging or deployment.
Yes, prioritize simple fluency over perfect grammar. And when the nerves hit, like we showed earlier, deliberately slow down your speaking pace.
The guides all point toward this idea of a professional persona. It's a very specific, polite, calm way of operating.
Which leaves you with a really interesting question to think about. If mastering Office English is less about perfect grammar and more about adopting this calm persona, how much of workplace confidence is just learning to confidently play a character?
That's a great point.
Maybe you don't actually need to change who you are. You just need to pick up the scalpel, step into the role, and confidently say, I'll keep you updated.